And here we are again, Heartbreaking Talks listeners. Today we will listen to two great stories with updates, just as you requested. And at the end, we'll discuss other people's comments. So, let's start. My wife betrayed me, but I can't break up. I'm not sure if this is the correct place for this, but my head is scrambled at the moment. Recently, during a bout of paranoia, I went through my wife's phone. We've been together for over 10 years, and it's the first time I've ever done it. I found messages between her and her friend from last year, where she admitted she was spending a lot of time with a guy I didn't know she was spending time with. The messages also said they had kissed and had some other sexual contact. I confronted her, and at first, she denied it. So I pushed. Then she admitted it but refused any details. So I pushed harder. She finally admitted that she put herself into a very vulnerable situation with him and he had raped her. She blames herself for putting herself in the situation which, while a stupid situation to put yourself in, doesn't make it her fault. I won't go into details, but I have 100% confidence that that is exactly what happened. Me pushing her to talk about it because I had no idea that was going to be the outcome has really messed her up. She told me it took her a long time to put that incident in a box and lock it away, and now I've brought it all up, she's fallen apart mentally, even though she's always been very mentally sound, which I completely understand. The problem is I don't know what to do. She has betrayed me, cheated to an extent, but she's in a terrible place at the moment and I can't tell her that it's over right now. I also can't let her believe everything's fine only to call it off later. I love this girl more than life itself, but I can't stay with her after the way she treated me. Edit. To clarify, I have seen evidence that her account of what happened is without a doubt completely true. Edit 2. Including possible TW. She has accepted from the start that everything leading to that night was cheating. She isn't acting like the victim in our situation, she's not expecting sympathy, she's just reprocessing the memory of what was a pretty horrific sexual assault. The evidence I have seen is a conversation between her and her attacker after the incident in which she is trying to get him to accept that it was without her consent, including a memorable message from him asking if she really didn't want it, why didn't you fight harder? She doesn't want to go to the police, and I believe that is her choice to make. I wasn't here looking for advice on whether to believe her, as I stated, after a period of skepticism, I believe her story 100%. I was just looking for some advice on how to move forward with the situation, given that she's already suffering enough trauma. I worry that maybe a breakup would push her over the edge. Let's read what other users think about this story. Better Refrigerator said. I have an ex who was hospitalized by the guy she was cheating with. It's hard to feel two things at once. I didn't kick her out and I didn't end our relationship immediately. I let her heal and come home, etc. She didn't deserve that just because she was cheating, the same as your wife. But it doesn't mean they are suddenly absolved nor changed as people in that. You don't have to be okay with their behavior, and the essay doesn't mean they will never cheat again or have solved the problems that led to that eventuality. Once she was stable, I ended things with her. It sucked, but I couldn't get over it, and to be honest, yes, I judged her judgment in people and generally to such a degree that even if I could have gotten over the infidelity, I could never have trusted her again. Not because she was somehow to blame for this psycho's treatment of her, but because I knew enough about the situation by the time she healed to know that there were numerous red flags, tons of reckless behavior that jeopardized everyone's including my own health, and so on and so forth. Creating a smorgasbord of terrible and selfish decisions that destroyed an irreparable amount of my respect for her. And indicated very clearly that she didn't have a lot of respect for me, or us, or herself. It took me years to get over, and I lost some friends who thought she automatically deserved a second chance, but now, 15 years later, I'm glad I chose myself. Edit to clarify. It's also okay to still care about the safety and well-being of someone who hurt you, to love someone who hurt you, and still be angry. That's the second feeling I was talking about. It means you're a good person who can separate one issue from the other. This is rough, pal, but I promise you it will all be okay. Pass under Passover said. So, my default is to believe people when they say they were raped. However, in this particular situation, your wife only told you this after being backed into a corner and lying multiple times. Additionally, she did not mention anything about being assaulted in her messages to her friend, which is suspicious, given that she did mention that they had sexual contact. Regardless of whether she is being honest about being raped, she laid the groundwork for an affair before that ever happened. That is cheating, not to an extent, but point blank. You can have empathy for her being violated if it did happen, and also recognize that she violated your trust before that. You are not responsible for being her caretaker while you are nursing your own hurt at her hands. If you know you are leaving, rip the band-aid off. She can turn to the rest of her support system for help. You cease to be part of that support system when she cheated on you. Cookie Protection said. Maybe she truly got raped, maybe she didn't. But everything leading up to that was cheating, there is no doubt about that. My guess is that if she had been raped by some random person out of nowhere, she probably would have told you to get support. If she did get raped by this person, she probably didn't tell you because she was already cheating up until that happened. And she denied cheating when you confronted her as well. Are you able to look back at when this happened and see if her behavior changed at all? Was she reluctant to have sex all of a sudden? Did she seem down depressed? Because I would think most people would have a pretty significant reaction to something like that. You don't need to make any decisions right away. If you feel like you want to work on the relationship, then you can try. But it seems like the vast majority of people end up not being able to get past it and still end up leaving. But I guess at least you know you gave it a try. You're also not wrong to want out right away. It's terrible what happened to her, and the actual rape is not her fault, but she chose to get involved with someone outside of her marriage, and that, of course, is all on her. You might think about doing some therapy for yourself just to work through this and have an unbiased party to talk to. Her cheating shouldn't be swept under the carpet because of what happened. And you should probably do marriage counseling if you want to try and make it work, as well as individual therapy for her. Also, know that she's already had a year to deal with this, both the cheating and the rape. In a way, this is old news. For you, however, it's like it just happened as you just found out about it, so it's normal your thoughts and feelings are all over the place right now. Give yourself some time to process before you make any big decisions. What do you think, guys? Because story is really difficult. I also believe if she said she was raped, it's very stupid lie if it is so. Now let's go to the next story. Girlfriend of 5 years cheated on me. I feel betrayed and devastated. Hello, this might be a bit long, so I apologize for that. And for this reason, I really appreciate anyone who reads this. Thank you. She is my first girlfriend and first sexual partner. I am her first as well. We had a great relationship. We traveled a lot together and had a lot of fun. Of course, we had our downs too, but nothing serious. We always got through it. I felt like our relationship was strong and our mutual trust was incredible. That all changed when I learned that she cheated. For some context, she goes to a local disco every now and then. I never go there with her because I don't like discos. I always trusted her because I knew she would never do anything stupid. She just isn't this kind of girl, at least, so I thought. Exactly 1 year ago, she started hanging out with a guy I know there. He's a bit of an asshole, but I didn't really care. They started texting, then started texting on Snapchat, which I found extremely suspicious. But she just kept saying it was completely innocent and he was just a friend. I kept telling her it was suspicious and he's a dick, but she just kept insisting he's okay and he's just a friend. Then they argued a lot for some reason and stopped talking completely. She told me he said some stupid things and that he's a dick, wow no SHT. So I was satisfied and didn't care about it any further. Time forward to yesterday, I randomly remembered this happened and wondered what exactly happened between them. So I just grabbed her phone and checked. We do this normally, we didn't hide anything from each other, so it was normal to just grab the other's phone and do whatever. What I saw shook me to my core. I saw a message from her saying something along the lines of they just went somewhere, hid, and FK'd quickly, so no one would see them. Then he didn't want to talk to her anymore. Basically, he just had her for sex. From the context, it was obvious this happened multiple times. I started shaking incredibly and my heartbeat went up like crazy. I felt sick. I never felt so sick. And I still do. I told her and she cried about it. She said she regretted it incredibly and that she didn't want to tell me because she was afraid of hurting me and losing me. She said that she loves me and stuff like that. I do admit that at the time of this incident a year ago, we did have a bit of a bad time in our relationship. But I felt like we got through it. She said that she lacked the sexual desire and wanted to feel what it's like to have sex with someone else, since I was her only one. She even told me at the time that she wanted to try it with someone else. I told her that I'm sorry, but I wouldn't accept that. And still, she did it. What's funny is that she has quite a low libido and we didn't have nearly as much sex as I'd like. For example, we didn't have sex for 3 months once. And there definitely was enough desire, at least from my side. And then she FCKS this guy multiple times. Now she texted me how sorry she is and how horrible it feels that she did this. Because she said multiple times that she would never cheat and that she doesn't understand how anyone could cheat in a relationship. Well, there you go. She completely betrayed my trust. I feel like she stabbed me in the back. I feel depressed. Horrible. She wants to get back together and she said that after this, she would never ever do it again because it just wasn't worth it. She said she can't be without me and that she really does not want to lose me. And honestly, I don't want to lose her either. We've known each other since we were 7. Basically, all our lives. We spend almost every day together. We do everything together. We love each other. After 5 years of a relationship, I really felt like we were going to spend the future together. We are almost perfect for each other. Except for our sex, but I wanted to work on that. I really don't know what to do now. Does she deserve another chance? She does seem to genuinely regret it. But I'm afraid that if she did it once, she might do it again. Plus, our trust will never be the same, of course. Thank you so much if you read all the way here. I am very grateful. I needed to get this off my chest. Update. Thank you, everyone, for your messages. I really needed this. You are all great, honestly. I'll talk about it with her and tell her in depth how I feel and why I want to break up. I'll keep you all updated. Once again, thank you so much. Update 2. I texted her since I left her home immediately and told her that I will not get back with her, ever. That she betrayed me and I even explained everything. My feelings, thoughts, etc. She takes full responsibility and blame for everything. She acknowledged her mistakes and said she genuinely feels sick of herself. And that she will never forget this, never forgive herself, and that with me, a piece of herself will be missing. She said she would take it all back if she could. She confessed to sleeping with said douchebag 3 times. After that, it ended. I asked if she would have continued had he not ended it. And she said she doesn't know. In my mind, that is an obvious yes. That one hurt. Her only wish is for us not to be cut off completely. Not stay together, just not be cut off completely. I really don't know about that. I must confess that I do feel sorry for her. Yes, I know. I'm weak. I'm a weakling. I told her I'm not sure if I want to keep her in my life at all. She said she will respect my decision and will understand. I am at peace with the fact we broke up and will never be together. I must once again thank you all amazing people for your opinions and your help. You were most helpful and seriously helped me get it done. I still have to think about the cutting off thing. Update 3. There was a lot of familial affection. I loved her family and her family loved me. They even said they see me as part of the family. Same for her and my family pretty much. Also, her brother is my best friend. It's really messy and that's why I don't want to cut her off completely. I would effectively cut off her family as well. Now let's read some comments again. Yellow Banana said. Break up. This relationship is dead. You're young, first loves are overrated and you'll find someone way better. Pazzle-headed replied. Agree. So, Op is going to be a bit of a harsh critic here, having been raised by a literal habitual cheater. Let's break this down. Your girlfriend who ignored your feelings of discomfort about her friendship and made you feel stupid and insecure. Kept gaslighting you about her so-called friendship. Was cheating on you, presumably not the only time she slept with him. Was telling you a year ago that she wanted to feel how it felt to fuck around. Didn't even tell you, which someone who felt honest and genuine remorse would have about it. You needed to go above your own boundaries and go snooping, which already means you all had zero trust whatsoever. Is now sorry and saying it wasn't worth it, probably only because the dude dumped her and was no longer interested in fucking her. Says she doesn't want to lose you, but was perfectly okay with that prospect while fucking someone else behind your back while lying to your face every day. Was saying she had a low libido with you, her boyfriend, well it didn't apply with this dude. Says she won't do it again when she already lied about doing it the first time and didn't flinch and was so deceptive you actually thought you had mutual trust. She hid it that well. She didn't even break it off, he did. And you want to give her a second chance. Because why? She's your first girlfriend. What does that have to do with her being a cheater? Or a bad girlfriend? Or a liar? Or a manipulator? P.S. You aren't perfect for each other unless you count someone gaslighting and cheating on you a perfect personality trait. If that's perfect, then I married wrong then. Sure, she's all tears now because she's lost her fuck buddy and got caught out by you. What did you expect her to do? She's going to say anything to keep you in her pocket. And you want to stay. Do you want to be a doormat? Do you have like zero self-respect? What exactly do you want to salvage here? You've been together for 5 years, known her since you were 7 facts. Did those facts mean anything to her when she was cheating on you? No. So why are you trying to use them as an excuse to stay with someone who has no respect for you? My advice is to leave unless you get off on being used. Then by all means stay, but I'd also advise getting an STD test and not having sex with her. She might just come tell you she's pregnant by you. Not trying to be bitchy, I'm sorry if I was harsh. I just hate when good people devalue themselves for shitty ones. You deserve a girl that's gonna appreciate a good man that actually believes in being only with them and loving them. Don't throw yourself away for someone that does not care about your feelings, respect or care. There are a lot of women that would appreciate the shit out of you and not abuse her trust. Believe that. Walk away. Honestly. My father was exactly like your girlfriend. They are always sorry when they get caught. But someone that actually cared and made a mistake once would have come to you and told you everything she didn't. And she did it multiple times. Love yourself enough to get the fuck away from this toxic chick. She doesn't love you. She wants to keep you as a placeholder that's safe and comfortable because you have known each other forever and her families and friends probably know each other too, so it's easy. She's probably hella ashamed of her family and friends knowing what she did. She fucked up, she can face the consequences. Take care of yourself, you deserve happiness too. Her love wasn't love and she clearly didn't appreciate what you gave her. Find someone who will after you heal. You can do this. Okay, this comment is the best. I think this is the best way to finish this video. Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe Heartbreaking Talks channel. Cheers.